Well, yesterday was the first 100,000 person attendance for the Great New York State Fair. How does this stack up to last year and even pre-pandemic in 2019? CBS 5's Jonathan Singh is with the Live Eye at the Fairgrounds right now. Good evening, Jonathan.
Maggie, it's been a fantastic 2 weeks here at the Great New York State Fair. It is the final day. Day 13 of the New York State Fair, and as you can see, the crowd behind me still making their way into the fairgrounds, getting one last look and listen at this beautiful event that's been going on for the past couple of weeks here. Tonight we're looking into the numbers. We're taking a deep dive into 2019, 2020, and this year for the State Fair. The New York State Fair comes to a close on a rainy Monday evening. This year, around 900,000 people made their way through these gates. That's a smaller crowd than what we saw in 2019, when over 1 million people showed up. Now, despite the dip in attendance, vendors say their numbers are still high.
Thank goodness, way ahead of 19, so I feel like this is gigantic success.
Other vendors like Kiki's are comparing this year's fair to 2019. The pandemic put the event on pause in 2020, and last year was a little funky because of COVID.
The old fair is just kind of how this one was, you know, just a lot of people. Including
104,000 that came here on Sunday. That's 56,000 more than what we saw last year. Fair Deli says they were slammed. It's their first year ever at the fair.
Great experience for us, and we're super tired. Yesterday was slammed. So many people came in.
Woohoo! And most of you that we've been connecting with have all agreed that a 13-day state fair is better than 18 days.
Too much. That's overdoing it. The 13-day, that's good. 18 days, whew.
And those folks who came out on Monday had plenty of fun even in the rain, especially those attending the concerts, which have been known to spike attendance.
For $3 and you get to see a great concert, you can't go wrong.
And there's nothing wrong here, just a bunch of people dancing in the rain at the New York State Fair.
Even though it's a slight rain, we'll pull through, We'll have a great last day at the fair, and hopefully some people show out.
It's Labor Day today, which means for many children, it is the last day before they head back to school.
It's also the final day of the Great New York State Fair. Our Vanessa Rositano is out at the fairgrounds this morning with a look at what you need to know if you're heading out there today. Vanessa, good morning.
Lisa, Brandon, good morning to the both of you. It is the end of the New York State Fair, the 13-day run. Joining me bright and early this morning, Alice Majuri with the Fairgrounds. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, a pleasure having you on the show as always. So can we get right into it? We have a lot to see and do at the Fairgrounds. What can people expect heading out today?
Yes, a bittersweet day for us as we wrap up the New York State Fair and celebrate the end of summer. The day will be bookended with a parade that kicks off at 10:30 this morning right in this vicinity around the Expo Center, and then fireworks at night.
And then so we also have, of course, Sam Postich, our meteorologist, has been talking a lot about the rain. Unfortunately, that is going to make its way through the region. So we have Dollar Day on the Midway today, but it's a little bit, I don't say unsettling, but I guess unpredictable what's happening with the rides.
So luckily we have meteorologists on site that are keeping people posted as well. Thank you, Sam, by the way, for your forecasts. We have emergency management on site. We're all having a meeting this morning to kind of talk about what to do, so to speak. The good thing with the Midway, there are several different inspectors that can come around and check on slippery conditions, safety conditions. Some rides might be operational while others aren't. We're kind of watching the situation and we'll keep you posted. Obviously the hope is to have the Midway open, and we're proceeding and planning as if that will be the case.
But safety is definitely the top and the main priority. Alice, thank you so much. Hey, Abby, joining me now is Alice Majuri with the Fairgrounds. Alice, thank you for joining me again today. We saw you bright and early this morning and back here at noon.
Nice to see you again, just in time for lunch.
Absolutely, long time no see. So can we talk a little bit about overall reflecting on the 13 days of the fair? I can't believe it's coming to an end today.
Sure. So we're really excited to be celebrating the Great New York State Fair. Bittersweet that today's the last day. But, you know, if you haven't been out to the fair yet, and you've been a little hesitant over the crowds, there is a positive to it raining today. Less people, it's just sprinkling, no thunder, no lightning, so we hope people will still come on out. We've seen a great turnout so far. As of last night, we had about 800,000 people that have passed through the gates. So we'd say the fair is going really well.
Definitely very busy, especially yesterday. And then also before we wrap up, it is obviously raining on and off all day. What does that mean for the Midway?
So as of right now, the Midway is up and running. Just please be advised that as intermittent rain continues, some surfaces might be a little bit slippery, and there is a possibility that some of the rides may have to close temporarily or for the day. So be careful when you're buying tickets. It is $1 day, so every ride just costs $1. But just be mindful that you might not be able to get your refunds or rain checks. None will be issued today. Just be mindful of changing weather conditions. But the Midway is up and running and will be open until 9.
So safety is really just, as always, a top priority. And I do know that you mentioned right now, unsure if there are going to be changes next year, but we'll know about that in just a few weeks.
Yes, we look forward to debriefing after the fair is all over. Everyone who has a role in putting it all together will sit around, compare their notes, and we look forward to presenting next year's fair.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alice. Definitely bittersweet that today is the last day. If you haven't made it out or even already made it out, definitely going to want to check out the Great New York State Fair today for Labor Day, the final day. Lots to see and do, Alice. Thank you again. Sending it back to you live at the fairgrounds.